What are you guys' names? Say that on the camera. I'll
Darin.
Darin and
Nancy.
So Darin and Nancy, talk me through yesterday, leading up to it. Have you guys caught fish? You guys?
We saw some nice fish yesterday. We left camp, went and fished a new area, and followed our tracks, set tracks out on the hummingbirds, and we were coming back in, and I'm following my track, and it's a good lesson to learn. I wasn't probably zoomed in tight enough, thinking I was on my track, but really I was probably 50 feet off and hit a rock pile and tore my motor off. We were going about 30 miles an hour.
Was it just a clean break, or did it kind of?
It happened less than probably 3 to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it. That's how fast it was. I heard it hit 3 times. I kind of looked at her, and by the time I looked back, the motor was already off, dragging. So it was actually hanging by the cables underwater. And it was still running. I could see when I shut it off, and we had decided to, luckily a boat came by, and
that's staying here.
Yep, came by, and I spotlighted because then it was dark, so we're out there and ain't nobody around.
Yeah.
So
now what was your
we
plan?
hooked it up, and then he's like, you know what, we can't drag it with it hanging back there, and he's like, just cut it. So we just cut it and let it sink to the bottom of the ocean.
So for anyone coming up here, what advice would you give them?
I would say, that rock pile was marked on the map, but I think when you're traveling and you're following your tracks on your GPS, make sure you're zoomed in so you're following your track closer. And that was my mistake. I was zoomed out looking for the islands around, and I should have been zoomed in more. And probably would, if I would have zoomed in, I bet you I was off my my track. I probably would have avoided it.
Yeah. Crazy. What's the game plan now?
We're gonna fish in a rental boat tonight.
Yeah.
And then we're going to pack up early. We were going to be here until Saturday, but we're going home Wednesday to take care of it.
Talk to me about Todd. Has he been pretty helpful throughout this whole process?
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, very
nice.
Like he
guy.
said, I don't believe in kicking a man when he's down.
He's giving us the rental boat.
He's going to let us use the rental boat.
He said we could use it all week if we want to stay.
Yeah, which is just hard.
No, and Paul actually,
hard
Jeremy had to call in and get Paul came out.
Right. So radio,
Todd's son
another thing is too. Probably
know
idea.
how to contact the lodge.
Yeah, probably a good idea to keep a weather radio in the boat so you can call out for help.
Yeah. Paul
Because if
came
you're out, there ain't a lot of
helped
people
us
out
in.
here. There's not a lot of people out here. So,
Yep.
and you get good lodge owners, and they come and rescue you. They come and rescue you in the dark. The trolling motor might have made it, but it would have been a push.
We were quite a ways.
No, I'm good. My name is Oliver, by the way.
Oliver, yep.
What is your name?
Nancy.
Nancy. Pleasure to meet you.
You too.
So what's your PB Musky?
What does that mean?
Personal best.
Oh, my personal best?
Yeah.
50 and a half.
No kidding.
Right here. And I got a 46-inch tiger. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Do you know you're my hero, Nancy? Because you are. That's amazing.
It was awesome. I'm telling you, once you catch a fish like that, it's hard to fish for anything else. It really is.
Why do you think I'm here?
I grew up bass fishing.
Yeah.
So every time he brings up bass fishing, I'm like, nah.
It still does it for me. We just had some fun frog fishing the other day, and getting to crack a bunch of them on top water is always.
I get it. They're fun, but seriously, there's nothing that beats them.
Tell me more about the muskies. What is it about them that makes them that much better than a bass?
Well, I think because it's hard. You just don't catch one every day.
Absolutely.
And once you do catch one, this is my favorite part, Oliver. Letting it go. You hold that tail and you feel the strength of that fish.
Right.
It just overwhelms you. And then to watch it swim away, it's so cool.
It's a powerful thing, isn't it?
It's very powerful. It's two totally different kinds of fish.
Yeah. No, you're right. Agreed.
We're here to meet you guys. Oh my God, look at this thing. This is not a normal boat.
Stand on it. It's quite nice. You can even go barefoot. It's really nice underfoot. Escape. Come on, Nancy.
crazy. He said I could get in here. So what is this stuff?
It's called sea deck.
Ha ha ha. Nice. That's very nice.
It's really nice to fish on. Like, it's kind of like an anti-fatigue mat.
Huh. This is crazy.
You should hop up and show her your middle.
This is all your stuff. This is just you or him too?
The blue stuff's his, but everything else is mine. Yeah, I got an issue or two.
Wow.
Show her that big hatch underneath you once you're ready there.
Oh yeah.
That's where the magic is.
What is it?
The hatch I'm sitting on top of.
So what is this? What is this?
That's
This
just the
not storage?
standard stuff
Oh.
that comes with the boat. Actually, we're supposed to put sea deck on that too.
You got Darin.
Yep, brand new Garmin units. Got us here safely, thankfully. I was honestly kind of sketched, literally
Were
running
you?
here. But
So where did you put in? At the Tampa
Buena
boat
Vista.
ramp? Oh, you put in by where you live.
Yep.
Put in at Buena Vista.
So how long of a boat ride was that?
Going 40, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Oh,
it
it's
was
that
short.
close?
Yeah.
Oh.
It seemed further until we're like, oh, we're here already.
You know, as a crow flies, I think it was like 6.5 miles. But I went around a couple of the islands, any of that shallow stuff I could see on the Garmin's.
Yeah.
Just being safer than sorry, sticking to it.
Right.
Are you guys running mapping on that boat?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got hummingbirds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said they were locked on
Oh
to
yeah.
the track. He just hadn't punched in enough, he didn't think, so he was probably off just a little bit, and that's all it
Like
took.
the cursor wasn't moving.
Well,
No, he said that
was
they were zoomed out far enough.
Zoomed out to
Oh,
see
so
the
you can see
islands,
detail.
and instead of zoomed in, so he was just to the left of it.
So, if you see my graphs, I'm running a big topo map on the left, just so I can get like an overall layout.
Yep.
And then I got it zoomed in on the right,
Right.
to try to avoid that.
So what he does, he's got them like printed out and laminated. So he's got the big maps and sections or whatever, and he looks at that, and then he looks at the screen, and he tries to.
It's a
yeah.
lot to take
And
in.
it's our first time here.
Oh, no kidding. Us
So,
too.
well, staying here.
Oh, okay.
So we've always fished like the Narrows, and it's a whole different area. So we went out Saturday night when we got here. Yes, is today Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. I love that question here.
Yeah, you lose the day. And we went out all day. So we went out all day Sunday, but a different area, you know, so we were trying to find different areas, you know, because you're trying to find the fish.
We know about that.
We can relate to that.
So,
That's
you
where
know, we
we're
went to
like,
a new area
should we
yesterday, and it
stay
was
someplace
really
close or go
nice.
Different section. Different section.
We went by Miles Bay area, kind of, and fished the. It was windy yesterday, though. It was like
Oh, yeah.
really windy.
Yeah, we had kind of an office day most of the day yesterday.
Did you? Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of looked out there like, no.
Yeah. It was
Not
windy.
really.
We know we could go hide somewhere, but
Right, and that's what we did. You know, we found all the little areas and just got behind them and moved some fish.
Good. Good.
yeah. So you caught one. How many have you seen?
Oh boy, let's see. At least 6, I want to say.
No kidding.
Yeah, and he had a 38-inch northern Sunday night. That must have been. That was a big fish. I mean, for a northern, that's a big
That's
fish.
great because
Heck yeah.
everyone that we've talked to, which has only been a handful of people, are grabbing. Oh, it's slow. It's this. I'm like,
We're
I'm not gonna buy
moving,
into
though.
that.
No, you got to just keep with it.
Yeah,
though,
exactly.
You know, and find that spot on the spot. They say that, and you have to. But it takes a lot of casting. to
Is
find
that a real
spot on
thing?
the- Yes, it's a real thing. And once you see a pattern, you know, is it the boulders? Is it a little bit of weeds? Is it, you know? Then you look for those things. And which side of the island is it? You got to find all that stuff.
Nancy, I like you.
Put it together.
exactly.
What do you do for bass fishing?
The same exact thing.
Same thing.
That's what we're trying to teach our audience is like there's so many parallels between fishing styles, and at the end of the day they're just fish. You can figure out the basic elements, location, and then figuring out what they're going to react to and getting them to commit and then
Right.
executing that.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
But you know the fun part is figuring all that out.
Well,
as you see here.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, we had 2 follows on a bait, And we should have just stuck with the bait. But you know what? You get the follow, they don't
Right,
bite.
they didn't bite,
So
so
then
that
you're
changed
wondering,
it, yeah.
maybe, you know, it's not intriguing enough to
Right.
get them to bite.
Yeah.
So you switch baits.
Yep.
I can't tell you any secret baits.
That's okay.
Well, we want to figure it out on our own.
That's it. People, I think, want to.
I'm
jump
not seeing the major secret one for the year in here yet.
Maybe it's no secret I keep it in that box.
Well, that could be. I wouldn't put it past you. He's probably over there going,
I
she
don't know.
better not be telling him too much stuff.
No, don't worry. We don't fish for info. You just want to hear about this.
Right, I want to hear other people. That's a fun thing about like musky fishing. At least, like, you can enjoy someone else's success. They're so damn hard to hook into. Like, none of us hung our head when you said you caught one. We're like, yes, like that's great. Like that's part of the fun. And
Exactly. You know, and when is the bite? You know, that's the other big thing.
timing.
Sunday we decided, you know, this year we even talked about before we got here, we're going to do morning fishing because usually we go out at 10 and stay out till 10. You know, pack the lunch and
Yeah,
just be
yeah.
gone. And we thought, nope, this year we're going to, new place, try something different. We're going to get up and go out at 6:30 when all the other yahoos go. And wish we wouldn't have done it though, because we came in at 10:30, took a nap, regrouped, and the one guy caught a 47 at 1 o'clock.
right.
And we're like, are you freaking kidding me? I was sleeping. 1 o'clock, yeah. 1, I think it's 1, 3, and then, you know, that 8 to 9.
They eat lunch too, right? And they all don't eat at the same time.
That's right.
Well, you know, I'm a morning guy. I love waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
Are you really? You're not. Are
Morning is about 9
Is he
o'clock.
lying?
Morning's about
I
9
was gonna
o'clock.
say, you don't look like a morning
Oh,
guy.
come on.
You don't.
Yeah, we're just we're getting fired up. I fish for bigger fish for a living, and I've looked back at the science and the records, and most of my better catches are mid-morning on.
So do
So-
you like keep charts? Are
I
you
used
charting
to,
it all?
but I
Yeah.
mean, gosh, now I'm just going by my gut, which is built on experience.
Oh yeah, he's got books of charts.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been fishing muskies for 20 some years. He wrote everything down.
Oh, it's
It's
great.
crazy. He doesn't do it anymore.
Some of the best anglers I know are they have that scientific mindset,
Yeah.
right? Because
But he remembers every one of them too. We'll come out here. Well, now I don't know if we'll catch anything memorable this year. But when we used to fish the other areas, he'd be like, "This is that lake or that island you caught that blah blah blah," and I'd be like, "How do you remember that?" I mean, it's so not monumental enough to me to remember, but he remembers it.
I bet you remember where you caught your
Like-
your 40, your 50 and a half.
I remember the 15, and I remember every moment
Where
of
was
it.
that?
It was crazy. It was an island over by Spruce where we were staying. I think it was an unnamed island. I think they call it Nancy's Island now.
I'd say you get to name
Yeah.
it. You get to claim it.
that's grand.
And I mean, it was calm. It was like this, and this is kind of embarrassing. I don't know if I want you to use this, but pitched it out there. It was a Mepps Marabou, black and silver. And all of a sudden I'm reeling in going, crap, I'm stuck on something. You know, I'm doing the old, wait, I got a fish. Started cranking it in. I had that 50
That's
and a half.
amazing.
I mean,
I
if you
mean,
had a
it
dollar
was the
for every
craziest
time you
thing.
heard that from somebody,
It was the
right?
craziest thing.
That's great.
How can, you know, part of me is like, how can I be so dumb, you know? But yet,
Well, sometimes they grab
it was a
and they come towards you,
midday.
you just don't.
Right, he probably remembers. What time did I catch that 50 and a half?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Look at
So,
that. That's an afternoon fish.
Specifically, what time?
She's bragging about her big fish.
I think it was 2:50.
right, it's Nancy's Island now, right?
Yeah. It's a long way from here.
Right, so where is it? What water is that, though? Is it by the Big Narrow?
It's, I would say northwest angle,
Northwest Angle?
somewhere in there.
No idea where that is, and I don't plan on
So how was the
venturing
more
very
important?
far.
How was the net job?
Oh, good. You did good.
I'll net anything she catches.
So once you realized you had it,
He's usually Johnny on the spot with the net. I have to say I am too, though.
Brad.
I've missed
you only
a
have to
couple,
mess up a
but-
net job once.
Right,
And then-
exactly. Then you learn.
Then you're that guy.
Get the gal dang net. Yeah.
Oliver, pop this open.
We've done a few where, like, we don't have the handle pulled out, our handle retracts, and all of a sudden it's like, crap! Get the handle out! Because, yeah, when it happens, it happens. So what's your biggest? Look at this.
Get her reaction. Forget this.
Oh,
My biggest is only a 46.
46?
But I've really only been trying to catch them for about 2 seasons now.
All right.
And, you know, 2 to 6 weeks at a time. So this is relatively new to me.
Right.
What's your biggest largemouth?
Oh, you're going way back on that. I haven't fished bass for a long time. What's your biggest?
I got a 17.7 once.
17.7?
Yeah,
Pounds. So how long is that?
28 inches by 25
Holy
inches.
crap.
Yeah.
Largemouth?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my
We'll do some show and
gosh.
tell later tonight, huh?
Yeah. How long you guys staying here?
Oh, we're going to head back tomorrow.
Okay, well, maybe we'll catch up with you guys
Todd's
tonight.
letting us use a rental tonight.
Oh,
so we
good.
won't be fishing like you guys are. With everything we
We could go
need.
party boat.
You got everything we need in here.
We can tow you behind us.
Yeah, we can tell you somewhere.
Well, it doesn't tow good. Unless you got a 150-foot rope. Because you got to be way past and get behind the wake of the boat. Otherwise, we were like, we tried it. Just all over the place. It was bad.
Clean this off real quick so you guys can see what we're talking about here. But I get quite a bit of grief from people that don't really understand why I feel like I have to have 2 big graphs to operate the way I do. And number 1 priority on the water is safety. You guys just saw what happened to Nancy and her husband. Okay, so when you're on a brand new body of water like this, like Lake of the Woods, look at this place, man. It is obscenely big. Okay. There are so many hazards everywhere. And if you run too far out, you're not going to be able to see that small rock that could potentially knock your motor off and, you know, worst case scenario, injure somebody. So the way I run my units is on my left screen, I run a full-size topo map that's zoomed out so I can see the overlay of the land so I can navigate from point A to point B in the most efficient manner. And then here on the right, I'm running sonar, so I have a real-time depth gauge, but I'm also running a topo map that's zoomed in. So I can see like, oh man, we're only 30 feet from that potential hazard, versus then I can just glance. And at the same time, I can just glance and keep my eyes focused on what's in front of me, you know, especially when you're traveling at top speed, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. So don't scoff at the guys that are running these expensive units. Like, they're a real tool, not only for locating fish, but also in staying safe. And like my buddy Scott just said, these things are cheaper than a hospital bill.
Or a new motor.
Or a new motor.
Or an insurance claim.
Ugh, and look at that. Oh my goodness. See that? See that, guys? Ah, tip of an island. Cool.
Speaking of islands, you see that one up there?
Some of the best yet. Some of the best yet. They bite like that, like that, like that. Big bass, double digits.
Pick up the fire right on top.
Low fall, blast off, time to get some cast off. Doing this here for years, get my pass on. Stream mask on, putting in work. Snap back, got me focused, never settle on the shirt. I missed one and hit one, man, that's getting some. 2, 3, 4, 5 more, come on, that's ripping up. The way the basement's sticking, the way my feet.